Yellow. Have you noticed how some fighters smile when they are hit? It's as if they're saying good one, or maybe even to an extremer extent, they're actually indulging in the feeling of getting hit. That's really weird to think about, isn't it? But listen to this interview where Rory McDonald describes Robbie Lawler's reaction to getting hit.
He does that thing, when Robbie gets pumped and he starts going like alpha beast mode. He gets in your face and tries to intimidate you. And I've seen him do that before. I always said that I don't want to be that guy that gets alpha, Robbie was always a very intimidating guy. I remember in our first fight, I was on top of him in like the second round or something. And I was elbowing him, or I was doing something. I was on top of him doing ground and pound, and he started like laughing hysterically. And I thought, like, man, this guy's so messed up. Like, I can't hurt him, and it messes with you. Makes you question if maybe he's got more will and fire inside of him than you do.
What is going on here? How could someone hysterically laugh getting hit? Could Robbie Lawler actually be enjoying what is happening to him, or was it a mind game? I'd like to show you something very quickly. Just pinch yourself on the arm until there's a sensation of pain. Now let go. Now do the exact same thing, but imagine euphoria for the act of pinching yourself. That it feels amazing when you are being pinched. That is really strange, isn't it? It's actually starting to feel good when you pretend that it feels good.
So can you believe how much I am in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people. I get the same feeling.
It's intriguing. With will and focus, a tilt in your perception. The same way you can reset your perception of pain to just a pinch. You can reframe pain in general. You can start laughing, smiling, indulging the same way Robbie Lawler does. Thus, in that sense, did Robbie Lawler have more will than Rory McDonald? That might not be the complete story. He may have changed his perception to it. It's really strange to think about, but it appears that Robbie Lawler can change his perception of pain. Many fighters, or even high-level athletes in general, have expressed this one way or another.
I like getting hit. I enjoy it.
The pain's nothing. The pain's nothing. Like, he hit me with some cracker shots on the chin, and I just ate them, and I said, come on.
After every battle, I always have some kind of injury, nagging injury. But to be honest with you, I love it. I love that feeling after a battle, man. And you got these wounds. It lets you know you're alive.
Falling in love with pain, the process of suffering, which in turn fuels them for the process itself, opposed to doing for the result. It's an understanding that goes beyond the release of endorphins. Here's a question though. When you understand this, I'd like to ask you, why does the Joker laugh? Now, what if I told you that something very similar is possible with hatred? To move away from hatred, the conventional road to love is understanding. This is why psychologists rarely hate anyone. This is actually a common complaint amongst them, as it's very difficult to hate someone when you somewhat understand. And the deeper your understanding becomes, the less you can feel hatred. Another example of this, it's actually the same premise Daryl Davis used to convince 200 KKK members to give up their robes. Stephen R. Covey, seek first to understand, then be understood.
Respect is the key. Sitting down and talking, not necessarily agreeing, but respecting each other to air their points of view. Look, Mr. Murray, anytime you want to prove something, you find something that fits your narrative. Thus, ignorance breeds fear. We fear those things we do not understand. If we do not keep that fear in check, that fear in turn will breed hatred.
When you listen to another human being genuinely, you create a window where you two can share.
Take the time to sit down and talk with your adversaries. You will learn something and they will learn something from you.
That is the beginning of a process where understanding can mutually be exchanged. The courage of Daryl Davis sitting down with and listening even though he respectfully disagreed.
Look, Mr. Murray, anytime you want to prove something, you find something that fits your narrative.
It's what allowed Daryl Davis to chip away at their less tangible belief structures. When you understand this, Daryl Davis, he did so much more than remove robes. He healed the hearts of men and had them walk with him as kin.
He began coming down to my house by himself.
Patience and understanding was the antidote to that malevolence. That is a level of strength and courage truly few will ever know. Moving on, here's something to think about. You can actually do the same thing with love and hate as you have with pain and pleasure. But I'd like to share a broader spectrum of examples during another time. For now, thank you for listening. If you'd like to stay elevated, why not subscribe or hit the notifications? Thank you. If you enjoyed and would like to give back, why not smash that like button? It truly does make a difference. Thank you again. You guys are always appreciated, and until next time, peace.